Hello class, I hope everyone is doing well and staying safe at home. My name is Younus Shariff and I'm here today to talk about how a computer system works. I'm a software engineer by profession and I'm very passionate about computers. In fact, I have two computers at home, a desktop computer and a laptop computer. Imagine you wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning. What is the first thing that you will do? I'm sure you'll check your phone. You'll check your phone in order to know what is the time as well as to check the messages that have arrived the previous night. A phone is a computer system. You will then decide to have your breakfast once you are ready. You will use microwave oven. A microwave oven has many inbuilt functionalities like timer and many others which are dependent on small computer systems. Similarly, you will plan to commute to your work and you will use your car. Your car has many inbuilt electronic components that are based on computer systems. So we are dependent on computer systems a lot. You can imagine the healthcare industry, the billing industry, military systems, and then many other systems which use computer technology. We are dependent on computer technology a lot, and we cannot imagine our life without the usage of computers. With that, I would like to discuss about how a home computer works. A home computer has three important components. The first and very important component is a CPU. A CPU is nothing but a central processing unit. It is called as the brain of computer system. The second very important component is a monitor. A monitor is called the output device. It will display the device, it will display the data in terms of graphical information, numerical, or any other information that is processed in the CPU. Third and another important component of computer system is input device. Right now I have two input devices, a keyboard as well as a mouse. So in order to start the computer, let's discuss what are the different connections that are required. I have connected my monitor to the CPU through a cable here at the back, and similarly my input devices keyboard and mouse are connected to CPU through these cables. So that is the initial connection required, and then external power source or electrical power is very important for the computer to operate. I have my external power source at the back and I have turned off my power source, and power source is connected to CPU as well as monitor through the cables. So in order to start my computer, the first thing is I should make sure that my external power source is on, and then the second thing I need to make sure is I need to turn on the power button here. Let's turn on the power button to start my computer. Once I click on the power button, you could hear a fan voice. So let us discuss more about what are the components of a CPU. There is an inbuilt fan in CPU which will maintain the temperature optimum or minimum or required temperature within the CPU to protect any minute as well as delicate components from damage. So my CPU is turning on, and you can see the turning on message as Windows is starting. So what is Windows? Windows is an operating system. An operating system is another very important component which is very required for computers to work. There are many different operating systems. Windows operating system has been developed by a company by name Microsoft. Similarly, we have other operating systems like we have iOS from Apple Inc. And then we all use Android operating system on our phones, which is owned by Google. So I have turned off my computer and we discussed about what are the components within the CPU. In fact, let's discuss more about CPU. CPU has a microprocessor, random access memory, which is RAM, and then read-only memory, which is storage. And it also has many small components like transistors, resistors, small wiring components, and many others, which will make the CPU to work. So the data and then the processing will take place in the CPU, and the same will be transferred to the monitor, which will be displayed to the user. So in order to start my system completely, I need to enter the login details. I have a username and password which I can enter through my keyboard and through navigation through my mouse. Mouse is an optical device, and then keyboard has numbers, uh, alphabets, as well as special characters. Let's input username and password so that we can log into the system. Okay, I have entered my username and password, and here you go, my system is started. Another important feature of computers is you can connect external devices to your computer. As an example, I can connect this external pen drive and I can access data in this external pen drive through my computer system. In order to connect it, I just need to insert it in the USB port here. Let's insert it like this. Here you go. And then you'd be able to access the data through my monitor. So with that, I would like to discuss what are the usages of my computer system. For what are the purposes that I use my computer. I use my computer both for professional as well as personal use. Personally, I use it to watch movies or listen to music during weekends. My kids use it mostly 2 times a week in order to watch cartoons or any other kids movies. And then I also use it to collaborate with my colleagues at work using many collaboration tools like Microsoft Teams, Zoom, or Ring Central Meetings. These are the applications I use on my computer to collaborate with my colleagues real time at work. So with that, let's end the presentation with a famous quote from the former CEO and co-founder of Apple Inc., Mr. Steve Jobs. So Steve Jobs says everybody in this country, he is referring to United States of America, everybody in this country should learn to program a computer because it teaches you how to think. That is a very interesting quote or a proverb. So I started improving my coding skills by learning C++ coding. And here is the book I'm reading currently, C++ programming today. So with this famous quote from Bill Gates, I would like to end my presentation. I'm sure this might have given you a fair idea of what are computer systems and how we can use them in our daily life. Thanks a lot. Stay safe, stay healthy.